up, peeps? It's your girl, Dash. Come back to Real Takes. Well, it's that time, guys. It's reaction time, and this is to Gen V. This will be for our season 1, episode 3, titled Think Brink. Now, the last episode, truly enjoyed it. We are just getting into the thick of it. I'm loving the way it's just flowing. The ending, I'm worried about what's happening with Kate, being that she's using her powers, and glad she was able to help Andre out of that dire situation where he was about to be captured and taken to the woods probably as well. Now, with that being said, we're dealing with a whole bunch of stuff, of course, with, both Marie and Andre, moving up in the ranks on that top 10. We've seen what's happening with Jordan, Lee dealing with the simple fact that fell down and then wanted Marie to do her part and be honest about who dealt with Golden Boy before, him taking his life. And she was not forthcoming. When they had it scripted, she read the script. You saw her, Jordan watching it and just, totally disappointed. Even after Marie came back and was looking for Emma, talking about, I want a couple of drinks. Can we talk with her? I think I effed up. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You stood there in Jordan's face and I don't know. Because I know in the end, she really has no one. It's her. And she's trying to, she really, just like she said, want to keep her head down, studying this and another. But things are just out the gate before the first day are just, somewhat working against her, and now she's trying to keep above board just to kind of do it. But it's like now you're kind of having issues where with Jordan and little tension between her and Emma because of what happened initially with Golden Boy, her going, with them to that little, club, and certain things escalate, whatever, and them using her, not her, Brink, using her as the fall guy for them to cover up what it could have been the worst thing if it wasn't for her saving that girl in that club from Andre doing his little, stuff to impress that young girl. But then you see how in the end, when she does the actual, interview, and she finds out that her sister's sent an email, she's like, I don't want to see her and all that. So she's aware of where her sister is at, what's going on, and then nothing, she doesn't have nothing to do with it. And I feel bad because it's not like she really, she didn't have nothing to do with the control of what's happened to her body, unbeknownst to her. I don't know how much her sister knows now, being her parents gave her V. She didn't know this, and all of a sudden in that moment, coming, to terms of her body changing, that her body would change so much that it, it worked against her and caused this situation where she lost both her parents. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing if they're going to showcase who her sister is. I want to see, we'll get to see a glimpse of her at least before the end of the season, where we can see where she's at. Marie goes looking forward to find out, get that email to trace it, something like that. Now, with that being said, that whole situation with Emma, I'm not here for Justine. I said when she's like, I thought this, you thought what? Bitch, excuse me, like, no, you hear something because she didn't say this, this is private. Have a little common courtesy, a little bit of common sense, like, what, I'll keep this up. But of course, remember, she's all about her clicks because of course Emma has $1 million for what she does, so let me use whatever I can. She didn't tell me, so it's up for grabs. And then when she walks out, she's like, oh shoot, like, yeah, you effed up, sweetheart. I'm like, I don't, if anything happened, I wouldn't even care. Like, you don't get to play that card, whatever, and all that, and just run back. You have no loyalty. You can clear. She's truly about her damn self. I wouldn't trust her around. Nobody should trust that girl. After she found out something and she went running to that daggone show to get that. People like that kind of telling themselves early on, take the advice. When you see that, it's already damage is done, whatever. Needless to say, also with Maria and that dean, I already said, you saw her kind of look at her when she hugged her, like to console her. I'm like, please keep that vibe. She's not to be trusted. And that woman could say anything to you. You don't know that woman just because she's like, I used to be a therapist. So, and like knowing what she's doing to Sam, Luke's brother, I'm like, I'm not here for it. And I just knew something about it. I said, no, there's just something just not right about when they say that school is a little different and all that. And it's like, I'm not going back to the woods. And you see that the guy's running and he's within the campus area. Hint. That was enough for me. So I'm just really curious about the incident. Also with the simple fact that now that stuff, Marie said during the interview, you see the father to Andre, you see that he has his son on a certain pedestal where he wants him to be, overall academic, and in regards to getting on the 7, So I can tell Andre's like, he don't want that pressure. He doesn't want none of this. And you can see he's pretty much trying to appease his dad somewhat, whatever, but it's going to come to a point where he's going to have to speak up. Like, your dad, he had his moment. Your son doesn't want to do that. And I think like his father's never sat and told him, Dad, yeah, I don't want to do this, whatever. So he could know and really feel his son's feelings. But that's just my take. But again, I want to see what's going to happen with Kate. I want to see what's going to happen, if Marie and, Emma do talk and all that, and they, air out their events about whatever they're dealing with, and also that Emma can speak to Marie so she can have somebody who can understand what she's going through, because you can see she feels really alone, and not a lot of people in the school know about her true business of how, she, her abilities. Just a mess. So with that said, you guys, ramble done. So let's go ahead and just jump into it. I'll say the rest of my thoughts at the end, you guys.
A lot more than powers. I got a broken fucking brain! None of that matters.
I'm trying to figure out why he's still
matters is I'm your
right
brother.
on him, like, really, bro?
And I love you. Okay. Sam! Stop it! Okay? No more! Sam!
Oh, snap!
Sam.
Sam, go to sleep. Thank you, Kate, for having the brilliant idea to ping my phone and then save me from my stone-cold idiocy. He's alive. Luke was telling the truth.
And that first night, Sam was trying to escape. Maria and I stopped him.
Oh, we need to get him out now.
How?
We should use our fucking powers.
I could make you stop.
Not to. Not to me.
Oh. Are we about to go? Oh, all right. Oh, wow.
Emma?
I'm not pitying you. Okay, Marie, we don't have to do this. We could just focus on classes like you said. We can just be roommates, okay?
My daughter loved these.
You have a daughter?
I did. I want you to come with me to this Brink fundraiser tonight. You can meet some alumni, big donors. I would love a chance to show you off. What do you say?
Yeah.
But note the tremble to the voice. Strong and humble. Harder than it looks. Girls are natural.
That should be you up there.
I know. You're right.
Most important moment of your career.
I'm sorry.
You know what's going through my head, me, it didn't show.
I think heroic, like, actually help people. That would be good, right?
I had no right to co-opt your story. Okay, I apologize.
Really, girl? Really?
You filming this? I want everyone to know how sorry I am. Dad, huh? Tonight's the gala. Come on. Wanted to say I'm sorry. Luke was so nice to me.
You mean until he went berserk? But thank God you single-handedly stopped that monster's murderous friend.
I really am sorry.
This doesn't feel real.
I'm so sorry. Sam's really sick, okay? There's nothing you could have done.
Tell me to feel better. I don't want to feel like this.
This is something you just have to go through. I'm sorry.
Just a second!
Who's that?
Oh, it's my parents.
Surprise! Are you surprised?
Surprised is a word that I'd use, yeah.
I don't know if you have representation yet, but here's my card.
Here's my card.
Just scan right here to get an NFT of my card. I hope I can meet your parents soon.
Oh,
For sure.
Courtney and I have been DMing the last couple days, and she wants to talk to you about
Maybe starring in her next reality TV show.
Only now, she's battling her own sort of internal supervillains, from the body image stuff, the eating disorder.
The eating disorder?
Yes. And, society's cruel notion of female perfection. Working with eaten alive or feeling small.
Works. I know that the trustees decide the rankings. Look, I love your vote.
I like you, Jordan. I just wish I liked your numbers. Q rating, name recognition, social trending, all down.
I'm really sorry, Emma. We've all been there. No, I mean, for everything. And I don't pity you, like, at all. I wish I was like you. You're fucking badass. And I know this is probably too little, too late, but I'd really like us to be...
Oh.
Whatever happened to her, Jordan?
Oh!
Well, Daddy, we used to try on prom dresses together in high school, so maybe we can be wife and wife.
Not like Queen Maeve, but... I mean, like Queen Maeve, you know? Baby, you're not like...
Really?
You gotta work with what you got. You know, she taught me how to do it.
Oh!
How to stick my fingers down my throat. Until I vomited bile. Go fuck yourself.
If everyone's gonna be worshiping Brink and shitting all over Luke, then I at least want to get some Grey Goose out of it. Should we talk about our intercourse
I was about to
situation?
say.
Well, sorry.
Sometimes I think you change into a girl just to spite me.
Stop. I've always just been me. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fucking fuck?
Yeah.
Benjamin, should we tell someone?
I don't know what we'd say. All I got is this, and what Luke told me before his murder-suicide. It is like life or death dangerous, and you're a freshman, and you are not even on a crime-fighting track. You know what? Just forget I said anything.
Also, no matter what you say.
What's his room number again?
Northwest Wing 4. I'll see you in an hour.
Got it. Get it. Got it. Good.
You
Stars can truly shine. Like Marie Moreau, the guardian of Godolkin.
Why the fuck are you still doing that?
I'm starting to get a little worried. So just pick up the phone and call me back.
Why Luke killed Brink? Because there's this underground hospital where they keep everybody in it.
Who else have you told?
Nobody.
Don't say another fucking word about it.
You know.
Drop it.
Hey, polarity.
Hey!
No, I'm real.
Prove it.
How?
What's the name of the stuffed animal I loved more than anything when I was little?
I have no idea.
What's the name?
Dip Top! How about Dip Top?
What's the name of my all-time favorite movie?
Godfather, Star Wars, or Shawshank?
Waterworld.
Waterworld?
Really?
Jesus. Your brother sent me.
Luke? I mean, I guess I could give you the codes to all the security doors.
You know the fucking codes?
I'm surprised you can walk straight with everyone's tongue lodged up your ass.
Leave me alone. You don't know shit about me.
Brown noser.
Well, that's definitely not me. Because my parents are dead. Because I killed them. I didn't know I had powers until my first period. I couldn't control the blood, and it sliced through my mom's body. Dad came in, same deal.
My little brother kept kicking at my shins. So I grabbed him by the arm and I told him to go away and never come back. So So he did. The search party, dogs, yeah. It went on for weeks. My mom never touched me again. Neither did my dad.
I killed my grandpa with my powers.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I know. I was just feeling left out.
It's about her roommate.
Emma? Who the fuck is Emma? Is she okay?
I think she's stuck.
Stuck? Where?
You know where.
No, you're here. As soon as they turn off the electricity, run.
What electricity?
Get up in that ear, girl. Oh!
Is he?
All right, you guys. This episode was so good. I've really enjoyed this one. I'm going to tell you, I'm enjoying truly this cast. And I love that it's an ensemble. It's not just, one person where they're getting more story than others. We're getting layers from all of them. And I'm loving when we get the backstory stuff. Now with this one, and I'll get to the part with the reveal, whatever and all that, because honestly, I was wondering, a little bit didn't see it coming, but okay, let's just get into it. So like, we're dealing with a situation where this sort of gala is happening there, in regards to, of course, brown nosing, getting them, certain money and all that to help. And we're dealing with some of them that are, of course, remember, are part of that top 10, of course, with Jordan Lee, we're dealing with Andre, and of course, Marie. Now, with that being said, and knowing that we've lost, Brink, the professor, and of course, Golden Boy, that of course, plays into the part, some of them like, okay, now he's not around anymore, it brings up, the level of, the other ones, coming in there. So mind you, we're dealing with, of course, Marie and the dean getting a little closer, and her inviting her to Brown Nose, of course, like I said, to come in there and see, get some people, to kind of feel like snooze with, and also open up those wallets, Definitely love donations, love money. It's always about some money too. Definitely not just social media and ratings and all that. Money plays a nice little part with Vaught. So with that said, she invites her and she's like, okay. Now with Emma, she's going through a lot. You see that little, trying to keep it clean, showed her tail and trying to apologize. So at first, for a minute, I'm thinking, okay, she's being genuine. Then you see the little girl over on the side trying to, of course, she's like, I just want them to see that I was sorry, just I'm apologizing to you. Not from a genuine place, honey. You don't need to video it. Just do it. Again, out of touch broad, don't know no better. Just, it's like, you know what, girl, sit over there. Go somewhere. Stop. Leave Emma alone. She has enough that she's dealing with, and now that people know about, her situation in regards to how she's able to utilize, her powers and all that. People seem like she said stare. Now we get introduced to her mother, and mother know better. We see where she gets a lot of it from in regards to feeling a certain way and conscious about her body, a little bit of insecurities and all that, and just trying to find her way in the school, and now have to deal with this, the fallout of certain things being exposed, and now her mom coming here talking about, hobnob, whatever, to come out with me and all that, and it's just what it is. Now with Andre, his dad, again, Andre has no desire to do none of this. He's pretty but have been happy if Golden Boy, aka Luke, was still here. It's just what it is. But now, his father's kind of pushing. Of course, another one who has to show up, do that. Same thing with Jordan. Getting a little fun in. Parents showed up. They're like, oh, they're going to be here, let's go to this little, event, we've been invited, this and that other. So we have 4 sets of people that are at this little fundraiser / little event. And from there, certain things kind of, come out. Now, I will say this before I get into that. Seeing those backstory of Sam and Luke and with Cade, and seeing that, of course, at a time, because at first I was like, okay, I thought that they thought he was dead, and I'm talking more so Kate and all that. So that means they thought after a while something could have happened, and they moved on. They lied to him, said he was dead, because at first he was getting to visit him. So okay, so getting a little bit more understanding of what's going on there. Now, with that being said, you see him coming in there trying to, calm him down and all that. I don't know if they have him on some sort of meds and it's just like this. But then the fact remains, you all have him locked up. Nobody wants that. I don't care if you're trying to give him meds and all that. He can't, is it you're afraid he's, his overall behavior. But then it's like, when he's complaining about certain things our parents did this, so that means they were another one that probably had V when they were young and all that, and doing something, because it's almost like they're not going to give these kids V. Were they paying them? I really want another story where we understand it. Did they do that? Did they offer them something if they use this shot or whatever with their kids? It's just that little part is what I'm wanting to know as well. But seeing that scene with Luke and Sam Kate and them trying to deal with him, and when that, because I was like, why is that cop holding that gun like that? I'm like, back up from him. He's talking to Luke. Let them have that little moment. When he hugs him, he waits to him to be a little bit emotional, whatever, and all, and a little bit vulnerable, and did what he did. And you see what happened? Right through the mouth. I'm like, my God damn. I'm like, oh my God. And I know my face looked it, because I was just like, oh yeah, okay. And then he knocked Luke, and then Kate had to come in and she had to go to sleep. It's like as if he's like a baby. Go to sleep. Like, that's the only way we're going to calm this down before you hurt yourself and hurt your brother. But then seeing that part, and then just, going back those, they said 3 years to see that part, and then seeing, moving from that, him having a moment where he's like, I don't want to feel like this, please, please let me feel better. And she's like, no. And I'm happy she did that, because as much as she joked in that first episode, well, I can make you, take some with her and all, but I know I need your consent. Yeah, you're right. Like, you do it when you want to drink to send another level, but when people are really interacting with you, don't do that. And I'm glad, and when he said, like, no, you need to feel those emotions, just go through it. It won't be forever. I'm here for you, and I like that. And I was happy he was fine with that and didn't get mad at her for doing that, because it's like you're respecting the boundaries. That is your girlfriend. You're my man, but it's just so unfortunate, because he hates to see his brother like this, and not being able to really help. And then, knowing that, like you said, the professor knows about this. So all these layers of stuff is starting to come out. And again, the one they don't know about is, I think, knowing that Dean. And eventually, I feel like if they don't find out, Marie gonna find out. Something's gonna pop off with that one. And that's gonna be, that interaction when it comes out is not gonna be good. Now, with that being said, I like how we eventually see them all at the gala. But then from there, knowing the stuff, I've seen, before I get into that part with Andre and Kate, let's just get that out the way. I like their friendship and all that. I didn't expect it to go there so soon, but hey, we progressing. It's just what it is. But sometimes I can see the tension. She's pretty and all that. Andre is nice looking, so I just would have thought, the process of the mourning and all that, and them getting together and all that, because they both were kind of in a moment of loss for somebody they cared about. So we're just gonna go with the dynamics of that whole way of things that happen in plenty of movies and plenty of shows. So moving from that, the whole situation with them going to this event, I really am feeling for Jordan, because you can see him, them really wrestling with the situation with their parents and all that. Of course, trying to mingle with the person. They're like, oh, Mr. Brink said, it doesn't always matter about the numbers. Like, well, he's not here. And I'm like, okay, wow, like, okay. And then their parents coming to kind of schmooze, mostly the dad, and trying their best, tell little stories and all that to kind of shrew the person and all that, and just feeling left out, like they're not able to speak for themselves and all that, and making these little statements, and eventually just got fed up and switched. So it's like, of course, because at first I wasn't sure with the parents and all this, and no, these parents have to know Jordan, this is and all that, and the father feeling strongly about, I was so happy, when I had my son, it was just one of the proudest days, it's not and all that. Like, still your child, still love you and all that, but this just is a part of me. Now and all that. And he's like, I feel like you do this just, despite and all that. And I was just like, wow, that's a low blow. Like, really? Like, I seriously doubt that. Maybe, probably when they were a really young little teen, probably to an extent, maybe. But I'm like, if that's what you really think that your child's doing to you and all that, then it's like, come on, it's like a lot more is rooted there and all that. So I'm just happy some of that was kind of being aired out, but Jordan's still feeling a type of way with dealing with, because your mom seems to be kind of more, neutral, but the dad's just like, so we're going to have to see how that progresses with their relationship. But right now it's definitely strained, and especially at this event when you're trying to smooch to get those numbers up so you can come up in the rank. Now with Andre, his dad, let's just get into that. I mean, that reveal being that, of course, Andre goes out, because he's, speaks to Emma after Emma has to have a little moment with her mother, seeing that somebody's trying to pitch a reality show and come to find out, let me put out there, expose your stuff and all that, not trying to help, your daughter, find other ways and all that, to just be that mother and all that. Stop trying to make it a certain thing where you're taking what I've dealt with, really going into my early years and all because of you and the way you show, because she put her out there on blast when she actually, did that, and then she stepped away, and then came back. And she was like, oh yeah, mom taught me how to do it. She taught me how to put my hands in my throat. And the way she looked at her, she's just like, no, like, don't you dare. Like, leave me out. And of course the woman, she's all like, oh, this is great. Nothing's been, signed, whatever and all that. She's probably not even want to do that. Like leave him alone. The mother's really all about herself. Like, oh no, you got to do this, whatever and all that. You got to work with what you got. Yeah, right there. You see why Emma partly is the way she is and all, because this person's supposed to be the parent, just doing a piss poor job. Now I'm happy that Marie and Emma had that moment in the bathroom, because I said it, I was like, please work through this, because the tension, all that, just the misunderstanding, the communication, the missing, like when she comes back and she wasn't there because she was dealing with her old issues because of what Justine did, and then seeing them in the bathroom, whatever, and she just finally hugged her, and I was like, thank you. Because I know you both care about each other enough, whatever. They're building on the friendship. It's still new and all that. And like you said, Marie really doesn't have anybody and all that. And the fact that Emma was very welcoming since she met her and all that, the potential is there. And I really want that friendship to really grow, because they can have that person they can go to, depend on, whatever and all that. And over time, that trust. So I can see that building and all that. And I like their banter. So I was happy. Now, with that being said, with Marie, seeing how the dean is and this and all that about the money and all this, at first they weren't sure, but then all of a sudden they saw your smile when I was introducing this and that and all, and they opened those wallets. And I like how she looked at her like, yes, sweetie, keep things in perspective about the dean. She's not, somebody you really want. Just don't get too comfortable. That woman definitely has an agenda. But I like that we got a little bit of her backstory, and I hope that comes out if Marisa that starts digging, about her having a daughter. Like, I did have a daughter. I'm like, I like how she opened up, because she felt she could probably say that knowing she lost her parents. But that'll probably come back. I hope we found a little bit of stuff about her and why that is. How did you lose your daughter? What happened there? So keep that in the back pocket. But you can see she was over it. But I like eventually how, Jordan kind of vented a little bit, getting at her a little rant and all that. And she had explained to her about her situation with how she lost her parents. And at first, Jordan didn't feel. But she was like, yeah, it's like, she didn't ask, what's this? And this is what happened. I killed both of my parents and all, like, I couldn't control what happened to her. And eventually Kate told her story. And I was like, damn. Like, you were just playing with your brother. He kept playing. You just told him, just, keep walking, just like leave. I don't, and he removed himself unbeknownst to his sister and powers. And the spot when she said they had the search party and all that, and eventually, nothing. And the parents, like, they never touched and all that. And they deep down blamed her and all that. Just imagine. So I don't know if we're going to ever see Kate's parents. Maybe, depending on how good this season is. If they don't show them this time, we might see them in the next one. But that's a lot to definitely deal with, because not knowing you had powers at the time, but knowing you played a part in that and have to live with that, and then see your parents every time to remind you, just, oh my God, and then the little joke with Jordan, I like that. But yes, the whole thing back to Andre going to talk to Emma and getting her to help go down into the woods, into that, lower location, all that, to check on Sam. I liked Sam and Emma's, little moments together and all that, where she could be, but I do hate the fact that she's going to have to admit it, and he will be upset when she finds out what she said was not true, is that my brother's, technically he did to Andre, but he has no idea his brother is dead. And it's just like, girl, you said, like, he sent me this to kind of get him to open up, and he did. He's eating this and that and other on, they're talking. But in the end, it's just like, I hope they're able to get him out there. But I will say this, the whole situation with Andre, saying, I'm going to come back in an hour. Hopefully you'll get what you need so you can get it, and we can come back and we'll strategize. But knowing that Andre, in the last episode, was talking to his father about, being a hero, doing something, doing the right thing, and admitting that some things are going on. That's the reason I missed out with that interview. And his dad leaned in, like, stop. He's like, anybody else? He's like, no. He's like, no. He's like, certain things that happen with him and all that kind of stopped me, like, don't go any further or whatever. So pretty much about that. Have no idea all those other individuals who are down there, as well as Sam. Your father's some trash. And he's not going to be able to explain himself out and show you little pearly whites every time you smile around trying to show off for the cameras or the people for whatever. So I really feel for Andre now. It's like, your father plays both sides, and he makes sure he stays right there, buck in the middle with it. That crap was foul. I was like, when he looked at him like, Andre gonna still take a word around. He's not gonna tell you nothing no more. He's probably not even gonna trust him, knowing what's gonna happen when he sees what else is down there and what they're doing. Those people's like, the fact that you knew about this and thought this was okay. What if that was you down there? Oh my God! Talk about a relationship that's about to be really strained. It's like, nah, sit down somewhere. Like, don't live vicariously through me, because that's kind of what I feel like his father is doing. Like, no, you had your moment. I don't want no part of this. Leave me out of this. But I'm going to utilize my abilities to do the right thing, because clearly your dad is not doing it. And that right there is not a good look. So, yeah, just knowing that, you know, Sam was able to protect Emma from, you know, getting shocked, whatever, because she, who knows what that would have did to her being so small, and like hide her up there and all that, because now clearly they know they're probably Emma's somewhere in it. You see them going through the blanket or whatever that was there, trying to see if they can find her. But I like how in the end, you know, she went to task and went right through them ears. I was like, go on through there, girl. That man's dead now. Like, yeah, nobody feels her. But I'm almost worried. Please don't let them get her. Oh my God, is she gonna be able to get out there? He might be able to come to her rescue and knock them out. She's able to get out there and crawl and get up out. But I'm like, now it's like a target on her, because if they have an idea she in there, but such a good episode. So good. I just couldn't help but to rant on about it, because this one was really good. And I'm just like, oh my God, please don't mess with Emma. Don't hurt her. Oh my God. So yes, again, you guys, comment on this one. This one was really, really good. I'm loving so far each of the episodes. It's just getting better and better. And with that said, I will see you guys on the next reaction. You guys take care.